John here, and welcome to Cheat Meal Life. Today we're going to talk about why incorporating cheat meals actually can help you lose weight faster. Now, you may have heard from many experts that if you want to lose weight and keep it off, using cheat meals is actually going to be detrimental, especially cheat meals the size that I can eat. Now, is this just the sad truth that we're going to have to accept? Hell no, it's not. Not only is this false, but incorporating cheat meals can actually accelerate the rate at which you lose weight. How can this be? Let's get into it. Now, first off, I want to start by saying something that this channel really isn't going to be about. One thing I'm not going to do is throw up endless case studies and research and scientific reports that prove this and prove that. I'm going to tell you why I'm not going to do that. A, you can go look that stuff up yourself. It's all over there and I'm not going to bore you with it. But B, more importantly, is in something that is as controversial as diet and fitness and exercise, you're going to find all kinds of conflicting data. The truth is that if you go on there, you can find enough data to support either side. In fact, you can find so much on either side that you can earn a PhD. You know, if you want to go out there and prove that, eating a cheat meal is absolutely detrimental to a long-term diet, I promise you, you will find all that you'll ever want to find in proving that that's true. But the flip side is also true. If you want to go out there and search, you will find huge amounts of research and data that also shows why eating cheat meals is good. So how do you sort through all this mess? I mean, if that's not confusing, I don't know what is. Well, a little bit of common sense has to be used. I mean, let's face it. So I think things that we can agree is the body doesn't like to change, right? So it wants to stay in a homeostasis state. It doesn't want to change. So when you do the same thing over and over and over, your body gets used to it quick. It adapts. So if you're eating the same way day in and day out, week in and week out, month in and month out, your body adapts to that quickly, and it's going to start wanting less and less if you're going to continue to change and change. Throwing in a cheat meal just kind of mixes it up, confuses the body. It's like, whoa, what did you just do to me? And it kind of breaks that pattern. And we see this in bodybuilding, of course. The Weider principle, they've been using it for, decades, since the 50s, and maybe even before that. Mixing up your lifting routine and changing it and confusing the body and shocking it and introducing new things. And think about it, it just makes sense. So this is kind of like the same principle applied to the diet. Changing it up a little bit, mixing it up, confusing the body, and not letting the body ever just completely get used to just the same thing over. So it allows more, kind of cheat room, if you will. And this is why it's so effective. Now, I understand a lot of you probably made up your mind on what you believe already. And as it goes in human psychology, you don't believe what you see what you already chose to believe. Now, I want to talk about the science that I use, and mainly what I'll be discussing on my channel, and that is experimentation on my own body. Okay, now this is how I sort through all this madness. With all this conflicting data, this tells me this tells me this. Well, try it out. If you're confused, you don't know, try it. Try them both and see what works for you. I've done both for extensive periods of time. And let me tell you something. When I eat the same amount of calories, just give a rough number. Say I eat 10,000 calories over the course of a week, and I break that 10,000 calories equally among 7 days. Okay, and then I will take 10,000 calories and now break them into smaller chunks in the 6 days and eat a big meal on the 7th day. Now, in both cases, I ate 10,000 calories for the course of the week, but I have gotten better results by incorporating the cheat meal. And to me, this is real science. I have tried it on myself. Now, I get it. People's body types are different. Now, if actually eating for you makes more sense to just eat the same meals 7 days a week, hey, great, more power to you. But try it out. Don't tell me this or that until you've actually done it. I've done both, and this works better for me. This is why I'm such a big proponent. And I mean, let's be serious. I mean, let me ask you a question. Like, would you rather just be on a calorie deficit and eat the same thing day in and day out? You know, like just kind of boring and just keep on doing that for a long period of time? Or would you rather maybe ever so slightly restrict the calories a little bit more on the 6 days and just go wild on the 7th day with a nice meal? You know, obviously you know what my answer to that is. To me, it just keeps it a lot more fresh. And this is one of the problems with diets. Why diets don't work in general. Because what is a diet? You know, a diet, what is it? I'm gonna lose a certain amount of weight and change the way I eat until I hit a certain goal, a certain weight. Great, then what? You're gonna go back to eating like a fat pig that got you there in the first place? You know, like, it's the mindset of like, okay, I'm gonna change and I'm gonna do this until this point. Well, what do you do after that point? The thing is, it's a lifestyle change. I'm not just doing some diet for a certain period of time and then I'm done and then I just go back and blow up like a balloon again. No, this is something I'm gonna do the rest of my life. And this is where that psychological aspect comes into play. You know, for me, it's hard for me to believe that I'm gonna just eat the same way every single day and I can't just let loose and go wild. Like, for me, I have a tough time grasping that I'm just going to do this indefinitely. You know, obviously you have to do this long term, otherwise you're just going to revert back to your old weights. This is why I've gained weight, you know, dropped and gained and so many times throughout my whole life. This is how I know this is different. This is not some diet. This is a lifestyle change. This is something I can look at and say, I can do this. I can do this every week. I can do this every month. Like, there's no stopping the way I'm going to be doing this. It's just part of my lifestyle. I'm going to eat clean 6 days a week, and I'm gonna eat that monstrous cheat meal on the 7th day. And I can look and say, you know what? I can keep this up for forever. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And that's why, again, this side of it, even outside of the fact that it just works better, you know, the diet just, it's something that I know I can stick with. And that's the thing with diets also too. I mean, I think we all know almost any diet will work if you stick with it. I mean, you can do Twinkies and tequila, and let me tell you something, if you stick with it and you're in a caloric deficit, you're gonna lose weight. Now, I'm not saying that's a good way to diet, but what I'm saying is almost all diets work, but you have to make them work. But the thing is, can you stick with it? Can you stay with it for a long period of time? Can you stay with it indefinitely and make it a lifestyle change? And that's where having these cheat meals makes it just so much easier, because I can just look at this and say, hey, I have something to look forward to. Hey, these cheat meals are working. So I encourage you to, at least before you pass judgment, try it on yourself. Try both ways. And you know what? If eating the same 7 days a week works better for you, God bless you. Like, maybe that's easier for you. For me, I know it works better to incorporate the cheat meals, and of course, that's what this channel is all about. Now it's time to get moving. Hey, we have information, we can get excited, but until you actually go do something, nothing is gonna change, right? So, hey, set a plan, set a goal, get moving, get excited. You know, you don't have to do everything all at once. Just make a small change here and do it through the week, and the next week do another change. And don't try to tackle it all at once. It can be overwhelming if you try to do that. Just get excited and make some changes, and you will start to build momentum, and it'll get easier and easier as time goes on. Hey, I am committed to seeing you lose weight. We're gonna do this together. And it doesn't have to be crazy hard. You know, we're gonna do this and we're gonna make it as fun and enjoyable during that whole process. So stick it out with me. Let's get things moving and some momentum built, and we're gonna just get on going toward losing weight together. Now, don't forget to like and subscribe, and remember, you can lose weight and still eat great. We'll see you in the next video.